Are you serious? Are you serious? Apocalyptic weather. Well, you know, we was concerned before the day started, before I left for church today, and of course it's a 90-mile drive for me one way, and I was very concerned. I wish I'd have brought my iPad with me. I forgot it, because on the way home I encountered at least 15 electric telephone poles snapped in half, several barns blown away, 3 semi-trucks shoved upside down, and numerous trees uprooted and broken off, and quite a few roofs damaged, just a lot of stuff. I ended up taking me over I had to drive about 35 miles out of my way to get around all of the broken power lines and telephone lines across northern Indiana. I ran into some severe, unbelievable strong winds and rain and lightning. It was one of the most, a couple times literally frightening drives I've had in a long time. Heidi was home, wanted me to hurry and get home. She weathered the storm because a tornado did go just past where we live. Now, everything's okay, even at our apartment complex. There was a few shingles tore off and a few shutters ripped off the sides of the wall, but nothing major. So we're okay. We're fine. We didn't even lose power. So we're able to do this show tonight. It's going to be a powerful show. Let me show you some things that went on in Indiana. There's a terrible situation in the entire middle. Illinois hit the hardest. 37 tornadoes. Excuse me, I'm wrong. 50 tornadoes. 37 people injured. 2 confirmed dead. Now, there might be some more folks buried in the rubble. Of course, they have not got to everything. I came up on power lines, poles snapped. Nobody was there but me. I mean, there was nobody there. I had to just turn around because there was no way to go across the road because of telephone poles snapped. But you can see the damage. I mean, they think it was an F3 or F4. Tornadoes tore through Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky on today, November 17, 2013. The National Weather Service says part of the dangerous line of fast-moving storms that ripped through the Midwest. There were 2 confirmed fatalities. 2 people died in Washington County, Illinois, according to Jonathan Moken, the director of Illinois Emergency Management. There was at first reported 70 tornadoes, but some of those are duplicate. There were tornadoes in Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and a couple in Missouri. So this was a very, very, I don't think I have to explain to you how powerful this was. And driving through it, folks, and I went through where a couple tornadoes touched down. Like I said, several barns blowed away. At least I came across 15 power lines. I had to keep driving through the country trying to get to West Lafayette because the main highways had telephone power lines snapped off, the poles snapped off out in the middle of the roads, and the police were turning people around. So I start cutting through the country, and I personally keep running up on telephone poles snapped and hot electric lines laying there. So I have to turn around and go another way. I ended up going 35 miles out of my way to get home this afternoon. Yes, the skies look like this, that's for sure. Matter of fact, you see the windmills. That's how I got home. I drove through a dirt road between the Obama windmills, I call them, out there in rural Indiana. There's a tornado there. 10 states were under severe weather alerts. Tornado watches were also in Michigan and Arkansas. Hundreds of thousands of people were left without power. And so we're so blessed here because we had a tornado touchdown about 15 miles south of me and 2 more a little bit north of me, and we still got power. I don't know how, as many power lines I've seen down, but just unbelievable stuff going on. These pictures are all from today. We obviously have a very dangerous situation that was on our hands today. Even the Chicago Bears football home game against the Baltimore Ravens had to be temporarily halted for 2 hours due to severe weather in Chicago. There you see the damage Unfortunately, 2 people are dead. 37 people are injured. And the towns of Washington, Illinois is literally leveled. And that's what most of what I'm showing you is coming from. And I've seen a lot of those situations there. But, I mean, just total devastation. This was a series of tornadoes. At least 50 tornadoes touching down in Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. 2 people dead in Illinois, 37 people injured. And I'm worried that one of those truck drivers at least was dead. I don't know. But I came across 3 semis that were had been picked up on the highway on I-65 and had been dumped. One in the medium, the other 2 were real close to each other. They was about 50 feet apart. Both of them been thrown over on the side of the road upside down. So some severe damage that ran through. So very, very, and oh, by the way, while this was going on here, of course, we had floodwaters in Saudi Arabia. I mean, who ever heard of rare, unbelievable, severe flooding in Saudi Arabia today, which is just the strangest things you ever see. People, of course, after the storms, wandering around trying to figure out what in the world has happened to their communities. And there were people injured, there were people killed, there were people hurt. It just got very, very ugly. Sorry for that. But it got extremely violent storms taking place across the Midwest here. We were concerned about it all day. That's why I did a video this morning before I left for church telling you to pray. I would be driving home, and I was just concerned that as I drove across the cornfields and the barren farmland of Indiana that I would encounter the aftermath or even run into one of these tornadoes. Heidi was on the phone with me. I understand there were people in the chat room praying for me as I was coming across this weather. And thank you for your prayers. Thank you so much. Pray for these families that have been devastated by these storms. Pray for these that are injured. Pray for these that have lost their lives. Pray for their families. For the 2 that lost their lives. And again, Indiana, Illinois, Washington, there's a picture. Washington, Illinois, literally just wiped out. And it's just a devastating situation this afternoon. Don't miss today's show, tonight's show, Sunday Night Live. We will get you up to speed on all the current world events of the day. Did Comet Ison have something to do with these storms? Did Comet Ison have something to do with it? That's one of the questions with solar flares on the sun. We're going to talk to you more about it tonight, 7 p.m. from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. That's 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. I'll see you tonight.